Hello everybody. So I'm going to do a video inspired by a video Criminally done this time last year, I want to say. Or was it in the new year? Anyway, he promised not to buy any more books until he read 100 books. I am going to promise not to buy any more Blu-rays or films until I've got through this watch pile. And that's some that's been brought here from storage from my mum and dad's garage. That's books and things as well, but some of them are still wrapped up in the cellophane as well for years. Don't. But anyway, so these are the films I'm going to watch before I buy any others. So the first one, Charlie Chaplin's City Lights, 1931. So I'm thinking sound coming in 1927, 28. So he was still making silent films in 1931. And apparently this is a classic, one of Kubrick's favourites apparently. Never seen it, bought it, I'm going to say 5 years ago, still haven't watched it. Got to watch it. One I have seen before, but upgraded to Blu-ray, still in the wrapper. Sorcerers by Michael Reeves, who only made 3 films in his lifetime. She Beast, which he made as a young man, like 18-year-old, I want to say, in Spain with Barbara Steele, sorry. This in 1967 with Boris Karloff, and then one of the folk horror trilogy, Witchfinder General with Vincent Price, and then he sadly died. A classic Sunday afternoon movie that you can't get on Blu-ray in this country. I think you can get it in America, but it's expensive to import because of toys. But Michael Caine, Sean Connery in The Man Who Would Be King, directed by John Huston. 3 greats right there, based on the short story by Rudyard Kipling, another great right there. Great Sunday afternoon film, great adventure film. Need to watch it, open it. Seen it before, obviously. Scorsese's King of Comedy on Blu-ray. I've got it on DVD. A lot of these are just upgrades, but they're languishing in shrink wrap. I would say it was one of his best films of the 80s, along with Rage of Bull, Colour of Money, and The Last Temptation of Christ. But this is De Niro unhinged and funny, really funny. Charity Shop Pickup, because I read a John Wayne biography when I was in hospital in January. So I like John Wayne's acting with John Ford, basically, but I can remember dipping my toe into some of his other stuff when I was a kid, because my granddad used to watch him and stuff. But this is like, it's got Robert Ryan in, so I'll watch it. It's Flying Leathernecks, and it was like, I think this was 20p. It's a DVD, but I'm not a snob about Blu-ray or DVD. And who was this directed by, actually? Oh, Nicholas Ray as well. So Nicholas Ray was a good director. I upgraded this. I bought, I don't know how many versions of this. Probably 6, maybe 5. But this is the 4K disc of Suspiria. So I've seen this before, obviously, but still in the shrink wrapping. This was a cheapo on Amazon, I think 3 for £12 at one point, which they don't seem to do anymore. Inflation probably, and Tories again. Blazing Saddles. It's just classic, but still in the shrink wrap. I've had this DVD for my daughter's 17 this month. So I've had this 18 years, and it's out of the shrink wrapping, but I've never revisited it, and that's the Totally Insane on the Midnight Movies label, which I've got a stack of on DVD. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. How can you go wrong? But yeah, I've bumped it up in the wash pile. to watch. I need to watch this film again. One from the network sale the other week. It's Tim Curry and Billy Connolly, and I can remember seeing this vaguely as a kid in the 80s, and it's a TV movie, but Tim Curry, Billy Connolly, Blue Money. Give it a go. This one I got maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and it's Anthony Mann Weston. No, Andrew V. McLagan Weston. So he's Andrew V. McLagan's dad was a character actor in John Ford's stock company. And Andrew V. McLagan went on to direct one of my favourite adventure films, Wild Geese. This is a James Stewart Western, The Rare Breed. And I think this is more like of a gentle Western. It's not like a psychological Western or anything. It's got Hayley Mills in, I think. Maureen O'Hara, Brian Keith, or Juliet Mills. Yeah, so it's like more of a gentle Western. I mean, hence the US certificate. Another John Wayne one I picked up in a charity shop. There must have been a run on John Wayne in the local charity shops. Somebody must have given them up. But I remember I read a biography of John Wayne in June when I was in hospital, and I think this was the first film he produced with his own company. Island in the Sky, directed by William A. Wellman, and it's a survival tale basically. But yeah, this was like 50p. So like, still haven't watched it, but it's in the watch pile until I buy more films. Sam Fuller's China Gate. As I say, I spent £30 on this. This was £30. Still haven't watched it. These two are Poliziotteschi's from Fractured Visions. This is, I was going to say, the first release, the brought out Silent Action, from 2 years ago, still in the wrapper. It's a Poliziotteschi I've never seen actually, so it's going on the watch list before I buy any more. And the second Poliziotteschi they released, which was last year, I want to say. Yes. Free Hand for a Tough Cop. I mean, that's the title. Free Hand for a Tough Cop. Got to watch it. These I've had for 6 years. And I'd seen them all before. 2 are absolute trash. One's a great spaghetti western. So, and they're all on the 88 Films Italian collection label. So Zombie Holocaust, aka yeah, Dr. Butcher MD, which has got one of the worst special effects ever featured on film, where somebody drops out of a building and the body hits the ground and the leg falls off. So it's basically a shock dummy. Hilarious. Burial Ground, which is long deleted, I think, on 88 Films. I saw it years ago, and it's an Italian zombie film, but I cannot describe the madness of this film at all. It's got yeah, I won't. Look it up. A great spaghetti western from 88 Films. I had this on a American DVD from about 18 years ago, and it's one of the best ones. It's The Mercenary by Sergio Corbucci, and the final shout out, Kinds of Apes, Leone, but the soundtrack is brilliant. It Tarantino used it in, I think, Kill Bill, I want to say, or did he use it in Django Unchained? Anyway, superb spaghetti western, Franco Nero, and Thomas Millian. I can't believe I forgot his name. Raging Bull, upgraded to Blu-ray, enough said. Colour Money, upgraded to Blu-ray, enough said. Gangs of New York, again for the Scorsese collection, enough said. One of the HMV premium titles that I collect, I've got maybe 20, 25. And these are Warner Brothers titles that I think they put out on Warner Archives, maybe on Blu-ray in the US. But anyway, HMV put out these nice packages, so they're all silver at the top, numbered. And this is White Heat, James Cagney White Heat, which I can remember making a massive impression on me as a kid, because my granddad showed us it one afternoon. You know, it's one of them films. And James Cagney, I love James Cagney. And who was it directed by? It was Raoul Walsh. It was a great action director in the 30s and 40s. But yeah, top of the world, ma. They're all just rewatches. Another, oh, this cost me £3, so this was quite expensive for a charity shop. Akira Kurosawa's Run on Blu-ray, but for £3 in a charity shop, you know, it's like 15, 16 quid online. So I need to watch it. This was the find of the day actually, when I was in a charity shop. It's only been out 1 month, and I wasn't bothered about having it on Blu-ray, but it's written and directed by Alex Garland, who wrote The Beach and Ex Machina, if you've seen that. One of the great sci-fi films of recent years. But this is Men. He's folk horror. I don't know. It's got bad reviews and good reviews, so it's one of them. But literally, this was like 50p in a charity shop today, and it's only been out a month. And I don't care, it's not on Blu-ray. I just went, thank you. A gothic spaghetti western that I have seen on DVD DVD years ago. I think it was an American DVD, but I got the Arrow one because it was quite cheap on eBay. It's Django Prepare a Coffin, and it's not an official Django sequel. It's just, you know, one of the spaghetti westerns that were called Django. But it's Terence Hill, who, when I was a kid, it was Terence Hill and Bud Spencer, who were like more comic actors. But this is from 67, I want to say. Yeah, 67. And it's a proper gothic western where you think, is he a ghost? You know, is this gunman going into the town a ghost? So it's a great one, but I haven't watched it for years. This one I think's been out of print for about 2 or 3 years, and I've just unwrapped it because I was going to watch it tonight, but I haven't. A film by Robert C. Mack, film noir, Cry of the City, and it's on a BFI disc. But I've had it for about 2 years, and it's well out of print now, worth a bit of money. But I love film noir, so I really must get round to it. A couple I got from, well, this one I got from the Arrow sale the other month, and I've seen it before on American DVD 18 years ago, and it's Death Walks in High Heels. And I love it's one of the giallos that were filmed in England, like Lucio Fulci's Black Cat, filmed in England with English actors, apart from his leading lady. But it's a giallo set in England, filmed in the 70s, obviously. But yeah, I've seen it before, but still in the shrink wrap. This I've seen many times, and I think it's Sergio Leone's most underrated film. And I picked up the Eureka disc. I absolutely love this film. It's a fistful of dynamite, aka Duck You Sucker, which was Leone's title, because apparently he thought that would appeal to Americans, because apparently he thought that was a phrase in America. Duck You Sucker. No, it wasn't. But apparently, not apparently, it was fact that he brought Peter Bogdanovich over to Rome to direct this, and Leone was just only going to write it and produce it. And then when he realised they weren't going to get on, he took over filming. Yeah, James Coburn, Rod Steiger, Mexican Revolution, Spaghetti Western. Rod Steiger's like escaping from Ireland, so he's like IRA, joins the Mexican Revolution. It's a fantastic film. I think it's Leone's massively underrated in his canon. He didn't make that many films, but it's massively underrated. Another Eureka disc, John Ford's Rio Grande, which I've got the other two on Blu-ray. Well, no, because nobody's released. She wears a yellow ribbon yet, but yeah, just bumping up my John Ford collection, because he was a master of cinema. He was. And these two I've watched many times. And these are rebuys, but I've upgraded to Blu-ray, Familiar Story, and they're both Amicus films, so they're like portmanteau films. I love Amicus films. A lot of them were based on the old EC comics, so this one's Asylum, which is phenomenal. And I've got the I'll show you one time the the Coffin box set, the Amicus Coffin box set. I've got up top of my shelves. But yeah, brilliant. Roy Ward Baker directed it. It's got Peter Cushing, Robert Powell. Great film. And a good conceit where a doctor goes into an asylum for an interview and has to interview 3 patients, and you see their stories. So that's the portmanteau setup. Absolute Amicus classic. The House That Dripped Blood, where someone's buying a house and you say it's 3 tales. You know, it's just standard Amicus portmanteau stuff, but brilliant. Another Eureka disc, and a Polizia Tedeschi, starring Oliver Reed and Fabio Testi. It's Revolver, directed by Sergio Salema. Superb, which I've had on DVD, watched 20 years ago, probably. But yeah, need to watch it again. Still in the shrink wrap. 88 films, Spaghetti Western. There's a theme here, Spaghetti Western horror films. Django Kill, again, not an official Django film, but the grimmest, one of the grimmest Spaghetti Westerns I've ever seen. And I first saw this on Alex Cox's Movie Drum when I was a teenager. So it was late night, not late night, from 9 o'clock, BBC 2 in the UK. And they used to show, I think I've still got the Movie Drum guide actually. But Alex Cox, anyway, filmmaker himself. I can remember the show this, and it was the first time on British TV in 1991, 92. And it's one of the most violent and grimmest spaghetti westerns ever. But it's such a good film. And it's still in the shrink wrap. This film, I used to walk from where I lived in my local village. And there was a petrol station at the top of the village. And every Friday night after this film was released, I used to walk up and rent it out because it was £1. And my pocket money was like £5. But I used to, yeah, so in 1991, 92, I used to walk up to the top of the village about half a mile to the petrol station and rent this out every Friday night, and it got to the point where I just walked in and just give us it. And this is a 4K upgrade of Goodfellas. I absolutely love this film. I still think it's a masterpiece. I still think it's one of the best films of the 20th century, to be honest with you. But still in the shrink wrap. The 4K disc as well. I really should watch it. Have I got any more? Yeah, another charity shop find. Big fan of Michael Caine. I did know this one. This was, yeah, I think, $1.99. Cheeky. Oh, that was Oxfam. They are cheeky with the prices, because this is not even a good label. But yeah, Till Late the Hero with Cliff Robertson, Michael Caine. I've seen this on TV when I was a kid, but I haven't seen it for a lot of years, so. And this one was I can remember it being on late night ITV, and because I'm a big Bowie fan, massive Bowie fan actually, it was directed by one of my favourite actors of the 60s, David Hemmings. But then I must show his autobiography one day. It was published just after he died. David Hemmings, that is. David Hemmings' autobiography. So David Hemmings directed this with Bowie and Marlene Dietrich in it. I can remember it being on late night TV, and it's set in like Weimar, Germany. And it's just a gigolo starring Bowie. But apparently, well, no, not apparently, it's a fact that they lost half of the film because where they were storing it burned down. So they just had to make best of what they got. So this is what label is it? Fabulous Films, and it's got a making of one, and it's got the original soundtrack CD on, which has got some Bowie tracks like singing 1930s tunes. But yeah, I can only vaguely remember brief things about this film, so it'd be nice to watch it again. It's not meant to be very good because obviously they lost half the film. And the final one is another Amicus one, and it's Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror. I've got all these on DVD. I've got all the Amicus films on DVD, but I needed to upgrade. Still in the wrapper. And now it's October. I think the Amicus films need bumped up the list. But yes, I am not going to buy any more Blu-rays until I've watched what I've just shown you. And I know it's a long list, and I know you're probably bored and thinking, oh my god, tip of the iceberg. Tip of the iceberg. But yeah, thank you everybody for liking, subscribing, commenting, just general talking. I will get round to editing and stuff. I will become professional at one point, but I'm just enjoying it. So yeah, thanks everybody. Bye.